Two words: compound interest. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Pritesh here with Kaizen Crypto. Thank you all so much for joining me here in this video today. In this video, I wanted to talk about how you can become wealthy by investing in Cardano. I think a lot of people now are looking at cryptocurrencies. They see what's happening on a global standpoint with these central banks printing trillions of dollars to no end, and they're looking for alternative ways to be able to store and grow their capital. If you consider putting your money in a bank account, looking at some of the yield that you could earn on your savings being almost negligible, as opposed to having your capital parked in alternative assets, people are looking at this as a way to be able to grow their capital. So in this video today, I wanted to talk about some of those key topics. If you do find some value from this video here today, please be sure to drop a like for me. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and be sure to click that notification bell so you know exactly when I post a new video. Now, just to touch on that topic that we were discussing, people are looking at cryptocurrencies as an alternative way to grow their capital. So now, if you are a retail investor who's looking at cryptocurrency, let's say if you're new to the space, a lot of people see that the prices have just been on a complete upsurge, and they think that they can get rich in X amount of time. They can do it so quickly just because the price has been moving up so fast. Well, I don't think that that's true. I think a lot of investing has to come down to the fundamentals that you have in mind. And a lot of it has to do with your own psychology and just being able to control your own emotions. So what we're seeing with a lot of these larger institutional investors, like the MicroStrategies of the world, the Teslas of the world, they're looking at cryptocurrencies as an alternative asset class to hedge against some of the macro events that we're seeing on a global standpoint. Central banks are printing currency to no end, effectively devaluing these national currencies. Ultimately, fiat currencies inevitably end up to their intrinsic value, which is zero. So I think that people see that, especially the smartest people, the wealthiest people in the world, they're starting to wake up and pay attention to what's actually happening. So how can you and I, as retail investors, benefit from this trend as well? In this video, we're taking a look at compound interest. I've got a quote pulled up here on the computer. We're going to take a look here in just a moment from Albert Einstein talking about compound interest. So let's go ahead and take a look at the computer and see what we can do as far as these numbers to get an idea of how to actually become wealthy with Cardano. So we are taking a look here at the computer, and I've got the quote from Albert Einstein pulled up as it relates to compound interest. But before we do get into this, I just want to say that this video is not financial advice. This information is simply for entertainment purposes only, and this video is just my opinion. So taking a look at this quote, we can see from Albert Einstein, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. So that's what we're intending to do with this video, hopefully better understanding how compound interest can work for us as it relates to investing in Cardano. But something like this, you definitely have to be very careful. I know I've definitely had the personal experience. If you've ever had a credit card, and if you've ever paid interest on a balance on one of those credit cards, you guys know that after a while, that incremental increase in the balance that you hold is a snowball effect. Definitely can make it very difficult to get out of that type of situation. So very important that we understand that compound interest is something that can work for us and can work against us. So another prominent quote that I found is from author Naval Ravikant, saying that all the returns in life, whether in wealth, relationships, or knowledge, come from compound interest. So compound interest being something that not only relates to the field of finance, but also in other things in life, such as health. Let's say if you want to build up your body, having small incremental changes causing you to grow are where you're going to see the biggest returns. Now, how does this all relate to investing in Cardano? So what I want to do is take a look at the Cardano staking calculator. So how much can you earn from staking ADA? With Cardano, it's going to be one of the most popular staking cryptocurrencies. Staking effectively allows you to participate in the consensus of the network. And in doing so, you can get rewarded in the native token ADA. So it's a great form of passive income simply just by holding the native cryptocurrency. And if we take a look, this is on the Cardano.org website. This is the official Cardano staking calculator. What we're going to do is choose the option to delegate my stake. We're going to keep things really simple here in this video. The ADA amount it has by default is set at 10,000. So if you guys stay till the later part of this video, we're going to have some fun with these numbers just to see what's really possible with compounding interest. But we'll stick with 10,000 just for now, just to give us an idea. And we can see if we scroll down, we've got a rewards breakdown, as well as what we can expect to earn over an annual basis. So with this chart, we've got each epoch broken down. So in a epoch, it's a 5-day period. And over the course of 1 year, we have 73 epochs. So every epoch, you would earn rewards on your ADA. On our 10,000 initial ADA investment, we can expect to earn about 5 ADA each epoch. So if we look over the course of 1 year, after 73 epochs, our rewards would add up to approximately 460 ADA on that initial 10,000 investment. So as far as an annual yield, looking at about 4.6%. Now, taking this information, I wanted to go to a different website where we can see a whole bunch of other financial calculators. This is a great tool that I've been playing around with. It's called dinkytown.net. So dinkytown.net is a financial calculators website. They've got a whole bunch of cool things as it relates to calculating interest. Let's say if you're going to take out a mortgage and you want to find out your loan payoff. So lots of cool things like that. Definitely do check that out, dinkytown.net. The calculator that we're using here in this video today is for compounding returns. Now, what we have, it shows a dollar figure here, but I think for the sake of this video, we just have to understand we're talking about ADA. So it's a bit arbitrary that it shows the dollar right here. We're just talking about ADA in this video. So just want to put that out there. You guys just have to bear with me there. What we're going to do is substitute that number that we had used in the Cardano staking calculator of 10,000. And we saw that the interest rate on our investment would be about 4.6% on an annual basis. So taking this information, we can go ahead and click on calculate. And this is going to run some numbers to see what we can expect to earn with compound interest. I'm going to go ahead and click on view report. And this is going to show me a nice breakdown of what we can expect to earn with that percentage yield. It's got a chart here with our yearly, quarterly, monthly timeframes all kind of broken down. And if we scroll down just a little bit more, we can even see the investment return by year. So this is where I found the most information. We can see that on the yearly basis, that 10,000 initial ADA investment with just compounding returns, not even adding any more to your principal, would equal 10,460 ADA over the course of 1 year, earning 460 ADA in rewards. Now, let's say, for instance, if you're looking at holding ADA for a long-term time horizon as a significant investment that you're going to hold for years, even decades, after 10 years, that initial 10,000 ADA investment will have compounded to 15,678 ADA. So making 50% on your capital just by holding, not even adding any more to your initial principal. So really cool to see that. Of course, you guys know that the numbers can get pretty crazy as you go up. Let's say if we were to add 10 to this number. So instead of 10,000, let's take a look at 100,000. Just to keep the math pretty simple, let's go ahead and click on calculate, view report. And if we scroll down, we can see this chart investment return by year. After the first year, you would have earned just in passive income 4,600 ADA off of your initial 100,000 investment. Over the course of 10 years, your 100,000 ADA would now be 156,789 ADA. Now that's considering that the percentage yield doesn't change. So you guys have to understand that this is just to give you an idea. Of course, the percentage yield could definitely change over the course of that time horizon. But looking at some of these numbers, it's pretty incredible to see that you can earn that much in passive rewards just by holding. You don't even have to add more to your initial investment. Of course, if you are going to practice a strategy called dollar cost averaging, where on a systematic basis, you're going to continue to add a set dollar amount to your initial capital. That's another great strategy to implement alongside with compounding interest. So just to have some fun with the numbers, guys, let's see how much ADA would you have to start with to end up being a millionaire after 10 years. I think that's pretty cool. I think a lot of people have that goal in mind. You guys know with these numbers, you have to really just figure out what's going to be best for you. Of course, your goals could be totally different. Your individual financial situation is specific to you. So whatever numbers we're talking about here in this video, the same principle would apply. You can simply just substitute for the numbers that work best for you. Let's go ahead and have some fun with it. Let's see how many ADA you would have to start with to become a millionaire after 10 years with just compound interest. So if we keep the 4.6% interest the same, let's say maybe 500,000. That's $500,000 ADA. Do you think we could double it with just compounding returns over 10 years? Let's see. I know a lot of people might look at 500,000 and be like, what? Like, who's starting with $500,000 ADA? But just to have some fun with it, if you started with $500,000, after 1 year, 23,000 ADA just in passive returns. Over the course of 10 years, your $500,000 would be worth 783,947. So I think more realistically, let's expand our time horizon, right? Just looking at those numbers, we're just having some fun with it just to see. Let's go ahead and change this. So I want to start with 100,000. I think that's a reasonable expectation to end up with $1 million over the course of a few years. So let's say, for instance, if you're going to start at age, maybe say 35, let's say if you're going to start at age 35 and you're going to give yourself 30 years by the time you're age 65 to have 1 million ADA in the bank. So you're treating this almost like a bank account or retirement savings. So let's say 100,000, you're 35 years old. And over the course of 30 years, you'll be 65, you're ready to retire. So 30 years is our time horizon. Let's go ahead and calculate that. View report. And if we scroll down, we started with 100,000 over the course of 1 year, 4,600 ADA, compounding over time, over decades. So 30 years, your 100,000 is worth 385,434. So still not enough to be a millionaire. So pretty interesting. You guys see where I'm going with this. You can really just play around with it and have some fun with the numbers. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how you can formulate your thought process to choosing your goals on how much ADA you would need to hold for the long term. So guys, that is what I have for you all here in this video. Of course, you guys know what we're looking at here, not financial advice, just having some fun with the numbers. Hopefully this did shed some light on my thought process as it relates to becoming wealthy by holding Cardano. So if you did find some value from this video here today, please be sure to drop a like for me. Definitely go ahead and let me know what excites you about Cardano if you are holding for the long term, and if you are going to be using compound interest while holding your Cardano. All right, everyone, that is what I have for you all here in this video today. Thank you all again so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.